welcome, beloved hearts. This is Anrita Melchizedek, and I'd like to welcome you to this energetic update as we expand into the Equinox Gateway. And I've just put together a couple of themes that I perceive are coming up for the collective, because of course this journey that we're going through is both very individual and of course it's also very collective. We have the consciousness that connects through and into us through the beloved I Am presence, and of course that's the avatar consciousness of light, and that frequency and energy transmits to us very specific light codes and programs that we all experience in different times, and whether it's sometimes through the planetary events, or whether it's activated through the solar flares, or whether it's activated through the equinox solstice gateways. There are very specific points that we experience accumulative activations and light codes activating. So some of the themes that I've been seeing, and this has also been part of the masterclass that we've recently experienced, is very much this divine alchemy or divine alchemical marriage. And this is this rebalancing of our divine masculine and divine feminine spirits. It's very much related to the divine feminine being our fifth dimensional frequency of 0 point, where we're deepening into the loving heart. We're keeping the heart open no matter what is occurring in our reality and no matter how uncomfortable things may be. So there's no longer the victim persecutor consciousness, or if there is, it's just for short periods of time, because we recognize that behavior, we are the witnessing presence of the beloved I Am, with the observational awareness that takes us into 0 point, where we have the higher self and we have the lower self being the ego, and the higher self of course just being our beautiful higher light that we are embodying. And we observe then the behavior, and what's been coming through is a lot of that clearing from the divine feminine, deepening into the nurturing and loving, and the self-love and the self-appreciation, and mostly the recognition of our own divinity and worthiness and acceptance of self, where a lot of it before was the mind telling us that we were unworthy and we weren't deserving, and perhaps we played it out in our realities where we were unappreciated and not seen, not heard. And so not only are we deepening into the 0 point of being able to keep the heart open, so we're dropping the old stories of that victim persecutor consciousness and a lot of the abuse and misuse of power and karmic connections, particularly that we had in partnerships. That is really just coming to an end completely right now. And the divine masculine then is a 6th dimensional frequency, representing for us then the aspects of the creative doing, of our ability to step up deeper in service, but also to step forward in the compassionate loving heart and recognition of what others are going through, but also very firm and clear in the boundaries and in communication. And that then also expresses through the throat chakra. So we've got the heart chakra, we've got the throat chakra, we've got the pineal, that are all really interconnected as the higher mind is deepening into the loving heart. It's sinking as one. So we don't think that what we do is we feel. That's how we navigate New Earth. We feel into all that is experienced, and then where there is discomfort we embrace it, and then eventually we can just drop it. We just recognize it. Or if we're going through something that's needing the nurturing, needing the time, we honor that through whatever those tools are that we may have, whether it's going out in nature, whether it's listening to our favorite meditation, whether it's taking Shazandra or the essences, or working with the Andara, or listening to music. We find what it is that we're needing in that moment. And there's many different ways that we can create a deepening of our beautiful light and raise our frequency and vibration. So what's the theme coming through then as the Kundalini is igniting and activating? Because that's essentially what happens then as the divine masculine, divine feminine aspects of ourselves from within deepen into this divine alchemical marriage, there's a lot that occurs energetically. One is, of course, the birthing of the Christ, which is the inner child. So we've got a lot of child themes coming through at this moment in time. But also we've got the Kundalini activating. So the Kundalini, as it ignites and activates, it's doing the same thing through Mother Earth's light body. And so we're seeing a quickening of that and a clearing of the three lower chakras for much of humanity. And of course for us, we cycle up and down. The higher chakras represent the higher dimensions, and the lower chakras represent the lower dimensions. So we've got the base, we've got the sacral, we've got the solar plexus. And so the solar plexus is releasing a lot of fear, and it's re-establishing the clarity of boundaries and the ability to step up and express ourselves. The base chakra is releasing not only issues of survival, but financial lack of in any area of our lives. And then the sacral is very much releasing, in this instance, although there's so many levels to it, the false beliefs that they may occur between men and women, and also any sort of a lot of sexual issues that may be there. And we'll see a lot of this reflected on a planetary level too. What is going around on a planetary level, we're going to see a lot of the financial things coming up where people are going to say, but hold on, that's not right. There could be around land issues. It could be around, the recognition simply of just this disparity of wealth that we experience. Banking is going to come up quite a lot. Then we're going to see too a lot of almost like that Me Too movement coming through and coming up. And I'm not going to go into that, but of course we're really seeing waves of that. And then the solar plexus is that we're releasing the fear. We're recognizing that we all are divinely equal, and it's simply the levels of cosmic consciousness that differ from individual to individual. Now for us personally, then it's a new expression of the throat. So we're going to have a lot of work being done on the throat chakra right now, and you will feel it. You're going to feel it through the glands, you're going to feel it through the actual throat itself. Everything is being rewired into a new expression, a new tone, a new frequency coming through. While the Kundalini is igniting and activating, we've got the higher heart coming on in a way that is activating, particularly between the shoulder blades. So we're getting this higher heart activation where you may be feeling this pressure because it's almost the angelic wings that are activating simultaneous to this. It's the higher heart, is the heart and thymus chakras. So we're having the new earth chakras that are activating. So we've got all 12 chakras through and into the body that are activating, and we are then deepening into this loving heart, golden heart. And in the same moment we are finding this deepening sense of our own worthiness. And primarily right now what's coming through is relinquishing control and stepping more into the nurturing, the loving. And that's where the overlighting of the Divine Mother is now coming forth, and that is expressed for us energetically through Divine Mother Mary, through the Sisterhood of the Rose, through Lady Isis and Lady Kuan Yin. These are all divine feminine energies that are now amplifying across this planet and across the sacred earth. So we're seeing then a lot more of the nurturing, and it's the nurturing of ourselves, but it's also the recognition that for so long we've had to be in survival. We've had to push ourselves. We've had to be the spiritual warrior. And so that energy of the spiritual warrior is now deepening into much more into the Lemurian energy, where it's just soft and gentle, and we can be much more soft and things can be much more gentle. And we can trust into that. So trust and surrender. Collapsing and dissolving the old timelines, and then trusting and surrendering. But also recognizing that we don't need to push. We don't need to be the ones that feel we need to be in control. Essentially because we're at a pivotal point of expanding collectively into that next level of the soul's forward evolution as the I Am Avatar Ray. We are embodying our higher selves, and we're creating that blueprinting, that templating of the I Am Avatar consciousness that is just such a beautiful frequency and energy. It's soft, it's nurturing, and it's activating then through this divine alchemical marriage, this inner Christ. And the inner Christ is the inner child. So when we first embody that soul light from within, when we deepen into that photonic infusion that activates through the loving heart and ignites the inner sun, as the beautiful soul light from within, our purity, our innocence, and our divinity. That's essentially what we are. We're these beautiful, innocent, divine beings. That innocence needs to grow up, meaning initially when we embody, it's like we have a template that has collapsed and dissolved many of the old timelines, and so the remembrance of what that was is no longer there, and it's no longer needed because it's all the old. And not only are we creating from this moment, but there is no memory of what came before. And it has to learn again. The soul has to grow up. It has to learn everything again. And in that initial process, we might find ourselves doing things very different. Even if we have a look at that flow energetically from 0 point. From 0 point, we're always in the now moment. And there's always, could say, enough time. There's never any rush. But that initial infusion then of that inner child, that soul light, not only slows us down, but we become very dreamy, we become very spacey. We can't do much for a while because the heart is activating and we're having to slow down, because from 3D and 4D, we're always on the rush, we're always out there. And so 5D slows us down through 0 point. And to get used to that pace is that we deepen into that connection to Gaia, because Gaia is the divine mother for us first. That's that first connection, and then through that we're connecting into the unity grid, where we become the unity grid. But the unity grid initially is that highway of information. It's all the vibrating portals, and we become those vibrating portals because essentially every subatomic particle in our body starts to spin in that increased light frequency as we're creating that crystalline light body. And so we go through, and we continue to go through this purification process. And in this now moment, this purification is coming up very, very strongly. So we may find even that we want to go, we're detoxifying, we're purifying. And of course, it's a seasonal change too, depending on where we're going. We're either going out more from the moving into spring, and then of course later into summer, or we're moving into autumn and then into winter. But regardless, there's going to be a change also in the flow and in the foods and in the nurturing. And we may find also just a deepening sense of that connection into nature, wanting to work more with herbs or essences or crystals, maybe even changing our diets or eating more organically or including more fruits and veggies or whatever it may be. Everything is shifting. It's offering us this opportunity, because the solstice and equinox gateways are always aligned more to the sun and the central sun and the suns behind the suns, and that illumination of light that activates through every cell in the body and amplifies through our golden sun and inner Christ from within. Presents an observational awareness and witnessing presence that illuminates all that is soul aligned, to take us into that next level of our soul's forward evolution, into our blossoming, our magnificence, and our light. What's also coming through then in that purification, in that detoxification, and also in that divinity and innocence is the creation of what we call the I Am Avatar consciousness, or the divine blueprinting of our higher light through the axiatonal alignments. So we're having then the chakras coming on, the new earth chakras being activated, these beautiful chakras through the body. We're also now having the axiatonal lines, and there's the axiatonal lines lie along the acupuncture meridian lines, and they connect into these pinpoints of sound and color frequencies that emits these sonic frequencies that actually heal the body, that actually assist in activating the light codes for every body part and organ in its own unique way. And this is also occurring for the sacred earth. So we're all going to be experiencing just this deepening sense of the hertz frequencies for the body parts and organs, because remember that new earth is a very physiological experience. So we go through the spiritual ascension first, where we're raising our frequency, expanding the consciousness, and moving through the gateways and portals. And then we got to do it physically. So we're not just having moments, we're living it. Where every subatomic particle in the body then has cleared enough density, and we've embodied our higher selves to the degree where the subatomic particles start to shift from carbon to silica to crystalline consciousness, and we actually get physical crystals in the body, and we create the crystalline light body. And all of this occurs through the living DNA. The DNA is light within the body, and that's what creates us as the vibrating stargates, as both receivers and transmitters into the quantum consciousness fields of light, which allows us to not only receive the light of Mother, Father, God into every single cell, but to transmit it energetically and to attune to all through that consciousness of one. What is also coming up in this month is very much related to partnership and support, and that is both personal and on a community level. So it could just be bringing in deepening levels of support for ourselves, for our work, expanding our service work, or it could be the need, the desire, the contract made to come together with another that will amplify that service work. So that's really coming up, because of course once we start that divine alchemical marriage and there's a deepening level of wholeness and completion within ourselves, often others that are in service will start to appear within our reality, and that seems to be also something that is coming through for more light workers at this time. So we've got now this beautiful energetic frequency that's being created through every subatomic particle within the cells, and from a galactic perspective then, as we're becoming that Christ light, we're deepening into that connection to our angelic selves, our galactic selves, our ascended selves, our future selves. And we draw upon the sacred geometries, the numerologies, the fractal geometries, the light codes, the planetary activities, and the solar flares, which also are coming through quite strongly and have been, particularly the last few months. And one of those beautiful frequencies that we work with and attune to are the energy of the rays, and the rays of creation, we call them. And these are 12 beautiful ray frequencies that come forth from the cosmic heart of Mother, Father, God, and then they spiral down onto this solar system, through the sun, into all the planets, and are passed from Venus onto the sacred earth, into Shamballa, which is our spiritual headquarters of the sacred earth, which house these ray ashrams and ascension seats. And it's one of the places that many of the masters meet these we call them ascension seats, but essentially it's just really, let's say, temples holding predominantly those ray frequencies. And so we have different places of the ascension seats. Shambhala itself has all 12 ray frequencies and all 12 rays. Now, for those of us that are deepening into that connection with the spiritual hierarchy, we experiencing the energetic connection through and into the 12 ray ashrams through a crown of light around the crown chakra, bringing through the prisms of all 12 rays. And those rays are not only individual, we have for ourselves, we incarnate onto one of those rays, usually one of the first 3 rays. That's how we call that our monadic ray. And then we also have the soul ray, and the soul ray and the monadic ray usually merge at some point. And we have then also what we call a personality ray, a ray related to the physical body, the emotional body, the mental body. And we also have country rays. And so in integrating then initially the lower qualities to expand into the higher qualities of each of these rays really just assists us in that alchemical transformational process. And it activates through the threefold flame of power, love, and wisdom. These are beautiful pink, golden, blue flames of light that ignite and activate from the loving heart. And we have this crown of light then that ignites into various prisms of those rays at different times that also assist into that collective consciousness. And in this month, the rays that are activating is this 12th ray, this golden ray of one unity consciousness. This beautiful golden frequency. It's almost a little bit more of a masculine frequency. But the masculine frequency, we must remember, it's not external power. Well, it's not an external power at all. It's a soft, gentle, compassionate, loving power. That's what the power here is. It's like a feminine, masculine energy. And it's really about the unity consciousness that I was expressing and talking about. The other ray is activating is this 9th ray of highest potentials, and that's this beautiful blue-green frequencies that it's igniting into the original divine blueprinting, but it's also bringing forth that masculine and feminine rebalancing, that 5th and 6th dimensional frequency that's activating through the beingness and the doingness, which essentially then is expanding our creativity. So it is in a way also an extension of that 4th ray of harmony through conflict, which is a ray of creativity too. The other ray is coming through there. It's the 7th ray of ceremonial magic, and that ray, in our recent masterclass, we experienced that through the temple within Telos, which was overlighted by Saint Germain, and most of us are familiar with that beautiful 7th ray. Just this wonderful violet flame holding the patterns of perfection, but also it's a ray that dismantles old structures, and we see that too, particularly within political and financial arenas. And so we're seeing really too a lot of changes going on politically in different countries, and that will continue because out of all the ray frequencies, they pass primarily through the 7th ray of ceremonial magic, and it is the ray that creates the most change upon the sacred earth, and the ray that most light workers actually utilize and work with. And it really is, we could say, it's a transmuting ray that really assists us in collapsing and dissolving and releasing on those lower timelines as we just expand and transcend and release and let go and just deepen into our own beautiful loving hearts, becoming our higher light upon the sacred earth as the I am avatar consciousness of light. So I'm going to take us into a little transmission here, and my guidance simply was really to just move into the Divine Mother frequency, because the Divine Mother is such a beautiful nurturing energy that we are experiencing at the moment, and just inviting us, Divine Mother Mary is inviting us into her beautiful temple of the Immaculate Heart. And I just thought, well, that sounds such a lovely energy to work with, and then we'll just end with a little bit more of those beautiful ray frequencies coming through. Alright, so we can just get ourselves comfortably relaxed as we move into this energetic transmission. We just breathe deep into the body, just center ourselves as we come together as one heart, one love, and one unified field of light. And just feeling and sensing these very powerful equinox energies, because they are very powerful. They really are just creating a lot of change within our lives and upon this sacred earth. And we may have been feeling quite sleepy lately, or we may have noticed in the last week a lot of perhaps clearing of whether it's anger or grief or sadness, even judgment or blame, or just observing, what we're releasing and letting go of, what within ourselves we don't like, or we want to change, what's coming up that says, oh, I don't like you, or I don't like this, or you're not worthy. When we hear those voices and we just love them, and we do this with a multitude of I love yous, and so we take a moment to say to ourselves, I love you, giving our full names, I love you, I love you, I love you. And we just feel our own beautiful hearts expanding, the overlighting of the Divine Mother. The path of the Divine Mother begins with our connection to Mother Earth, the heart of compassion. The Divine Mother is the love within our own hearts, and the love we feel for all. As the expression of the Divine Mother, we deepen into gratitude and appreciation by being in the present moment, the presence of our divinity. The witnessing presence of our beloved I Am, with no judgment and no blame. We feel and sense and know all is love, and love is all there is. We embrace each experience, each now moment, no matter how uncomfortable it may be. Bringing into our loving hearts all that is experienced, loving all that arises. And as we ourselves embody and become the presence of the Divine Mother within, we feel this presence and flow from within, within each subatomic particle, dancing in this essence of crystalline consciousness. As we expand our light and tap into the purest love from deep, deep within, our purity, our divinity, our innocence. As we feel and experience this beautiful threefold flame of power, love, and wisdom activate from within the loving heart in these beautiful hues of blues and pinks and golden yellows. Expanding now to bring through these beautiful golden flames of one unity consciousness. This beautiful blue-green flame of highest potential, rewriting the Akashic record to experience the divine blueprinting, all soul aligned. amplified in the pink flame of the Divine Mother. And held within the loving hearts and knowing how much we are loved and celebrated and appreciated. We expand these flames of love through the violet flame of the patterns of God's perfection onto and around this sacred earth now, the time of the equinox. Connecting in hearts and minds to all awakening and awakened souls. And now to all humanity through the collective consciousness of light. Beloved, I am. Presence. Drawing ourselves closer now into the flame of the one heart of the great central sun. We experience the flame of the inner Christ ignite as this golden sun within our loving hearts. As we sense this beautiful golden sun, we breathe in and hold the breath. And as we breathe out, this beautiful golden sun expands in each breath. And on a seventh breath, it expands into this beautiful golden sun sphere, 54 feet in diameter around us. So we breathe in now, we hold the breath, so the Kundalini can start to activate through the divine masculine and feminine frequencies of light. As we align into and through the inner earth sun, the sun within our golden hearts, the sun, central sun and great central sun into the cosmic heart of Mother, Father, God. Each breath an expansion of our loving heart, our innocence, our divinity, our light. As we deepen this connection and alignment to the divine within, and into the spiritual hierarchy, invoking and calling upon the many legions of light from on high, the illumined beings assisting us, and all life upon this sacred earth. We call upon the archangels and their divine feminine counterparts and legions of light. The galactics, in particular the Pleiadians and the Sirians, the Andromedans, the Arcturians, all of the light. Brotherhood and sisterhood of the light. The mighty Elohim. Ascended Masters, and all other illumined beings we acknowledge, joining us now as one heart, as the vibrating stargates of divine love we attune now into this crystalline grid of divine love, into the heart of Gaia as the Divine Mother, feeling ourselves connecting into the crystal grids and diamond grids and beautiful Andara healing frequencies activating now, coming up through the feet, through the body, to every single subatomic particle within our beingness. As these sacred holy flames of divinity, the stargate of our loving hearts now expands into the deepening presence of the Divine Mother within, where we love all that arises as we express all through the compassion of our golden hearts, as we visualize and sense this golden sun through the heart and thymus, dissolving all misqualified energies, thoughts and feelings, and dissolving the wounded masculine, the wounded feminine, victim, persecutor consciousness. Once more, taking the moment to say to ourselves, I love you, I love you, I love you. From the heart of love, as we feel the heartbeat of Mother Earth, we draw through and into the vibrating stargates of divine love, the sacred geometries, the numerologies, the fractal geometries, and the sound and color frequencies. To ignite the next level of light codes from within. To attune our bodies to the accelerated light of our divinity that pours forth now through the photonic frequency as a column of light from the crown chakra down the spine, out the perineum center, into the earth star chakra, and up again from the earth star chakra through the central column, through the crown, into the soul star chakra. Photonic infusion that draws to us higher selves, embodying in this now, so that we become higher selves. We feel and sense the timelines of light. We clear the karmic timelines now, galactically and through all past lives, alternate realities and timelines, to center ourselves in this now as the light of God we are. In the infusions of these beautiful ray frequencies of light, it is the violet flame that burns and ignites. As our divine blueprinting now ignites within this beautiful blue and green and violet flame of light, and the inner Christ expresses now in the diamond white and golden light. Within this, the threefold flame burning, blazing, our magnificence, our light, expressed into greater levels of purity as we become our higher light upon the sacred earth, leading the way in this golden age of light. We feel and sense too this golden sun ignites through and into the pineal. Each breath, a breath of light, to the higher mind envisaging a third eye becoming the eye of sight. We focus on the pineal gland, envisaging this beautiful golden sunlight, soul's light. Hold the breath as long as we can to allow the cerebrospinal fluid to create the pressure along the pineal gland. And as we breathe out, we see or sense this golden sun ignite as a golden halo around the crown. We do this for 7 breaths now. within this golden light. The prism of the 12 rays expands as a funnel of light, connecting into the crown chakra and luring around the head area. It's 12 prisms bringing forth this beautiful first ray of will and power. The second ray of love and wisdom. The third ray of divine intelligence. The fourth ray of harmony through conflict. The fifth ray of concrete knowledge. The sixth ray of devotion and idealism. The seventh ray of ceremonial magic. The eighth ray of transmutation and transcendence. The ninth ray of highest potentials. The 10th ray of divinity. The 11th ray of illumined truth and divine love. And the 12th ray of one unity consciousness. We connect now into Shamballa, ascension seats and ashrams of light and the overlighting of Lord Buddha and the Masters. We feel this as a prism of 12 points around the crown, feeling and sensing all that is the light of Christ, that we are becoming the Christ light here and now. We have a sense now of the energy of Divine Mother Mary overlighting us as we deepen into the Divine Mother energy of compassion and love, gratitude and appreciation, loving kindness and respect for all. And so the heart fills with this beautiful pink light as we experience this gratitude and appreciation within our lives. We fill our heart with gratitude, grateful for all that is experienced, to know ourselves as love. And we send this gratitude and this pink flame of light to all within our reality, all within our universe. As we align to the divine, to the cosmic heart of Mother, Father, God, heart of the Divine Mother, experiencing this overlighting of Divine Mother Mary we experience a sense of walking the path of the rose. Each breath, a breath of gratitude and appreciation, as we deepen into the presence of the Divine Mother within. Being able to see all those within our reality as Divine Mothers, Divine Fathers, Divine Children. We see their light, their soul. We nurture. We are compassionate. We are loving. We are kind. We are sharing. We are caring. We are patient. Have a sense of the heart continually opening right now. Not only in this gratitude and appreciation, but in releasing all that feels less than, unkind, all that has been experienced that closed the heart is now embraced in the loving heart as you love all that arises, and feel simply Mother Mary embracing you within her loving heart. Feeling the energy of the Divine Mother becoming the Divine Mother. Loving all that arises and experiencing gratitude and appreciation for all. Simply feel the immaculate heart of Mother Mary, this nurturing of the Divine Mother within your heart. And you honor this as you state, Divine Mother Mary, I attune to your magnificent, loving, immaculate heart. In this nurturing energy of self-love and self-nurturing and self-appreciation. As I nurture my God self and my soul light, as I step deeper into my own loving heart, expanding my loving heart, honoring myself and my universe, and appreciating my magnificence and my light. As I place my hands upon my loving heart, as I say to myself, I love you, I love you, I love you, I gently move my body backwards and forwards and from side to side. And I bring in the wounded child, or the timelines in which I needed the nurturing and love. Divine Mother Mary now comes forth with this Divine Mother healing activation to assist in releasing the pain or trauma or heartache. not being seen or heard or appreciated, or the perception of being abused. This flame continues to expand, and we continue to energetically or physically place the hands upon the loving heart, gently rocking the body, coming into collapsing and dissolving and expanding by loving all that arises, and initially at least giving it a voice. Releasing the perception or need of approval of others and deepening into our own worthiness. Releasing false beliefs such as, how could I be worthy if you do not see me? How could I be loving if you do not love me? Or love me in a way I want to be loved. How can I be beautiful when you have told me I am not? We recognize and honor all those within our reality that are still going through their pain and inability to love ourselves, love themselves. Are not a reflection of where we are as the light of God we are. That we simply release and let go, loving all that arises. And in this now moment, if it was the subpersonality aspects or the wounded child, you invite this aspect or aspects into your loving heart. Releasing and letting go of karmic timelines, ancestral timelines, family lineage that may have created discord and separation and pain and trauma. To walk this path of love and having a sense too of the Kundalini continually igniting as you continue to breathe and relax the breath, breathing in love, breathing out all that is being released, once more holding the breath to allow all to be released. As we bring a focus to the breath, what we're going to do is breathe, hold the breath, and then release the breath through each chakra. While we focus from the lower chakras to the crown. Deep breath now. Hold the breath as long as you can. And then bring the focus to the base chakra and release just a bit. To the sacral just a bit. The solar plexus just a bit. Heart just a bit. Throat just a bit. Third eye and then crown. Each time we release the breath just a bit. This is part of an energetic breath that allows the Kundalini to expand and then to release all that needs to be released. So this breath is breathing in, holding the breath as long as you can, and then releasing the breath bit by bit as you focus from chakra to chakra to chakra. Continue this breath now to allow a deepening sense of the expansion of the loving heart to embrace and love all that arises, and to accept the full range of emotions, knowing all is here to help you, all is here to heal you. Good. Just relax the breath or move into a breath that feels comfortable for you. Accepting and appreciating your uniqueness, magnificence. No longer needing to hide. Choosing to love yourself or parts of you that are uniquely and authentically yours. As you deepen into listening to your universe, as you trust and surrender and relinquish control, feeling in this now moment the 0 point frequency and energy, an expansion of the heart of love and the overlighting of the Divine Mother. The ability to experience the next level of the soul's forward evolution with grace and ease and love and manifestation and peace and appreciation. As your universe brings you all that you need in this now through the heart of love. The heart of love holds no judgment, only observational awareness. In judgment, we respond according to our false beliefs with a closed heart. In observational awareness, our heart remains open and our response neutral. We come from this place that allows us to express our thoughts and feelings with clarity and compassion, truth and power. Understanding, no matter how they are perceived by others. And we observe our beliefs prior to responding and prior to reacting, knowing all is love and love is all there is. Taking a moment once more to say to ourselves, I love you. Giving our full name now. I love you, I love you. You are wonderful and perfect, just the way you are. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. We have a sense of deepening to what we call the path of becoming. Our beloved I Am Presence, our higher self upon this sacred earth. And we feel now once more the overlighting of all this planetary spiritual hierarchy and Lord Buddha. All these illumined beings, elder brothers and sisters, have created the many pathways of unity consciousness, of Christ consciousness. And through this beautiful Equinox gateway, we are deepening into this path of becoming. Wrapped now in these beautiful violet flame, golden flames, diamond white flames, pink flame, blue, golden yellow threefold flame, merging, integrating, galactic self, angelic selves, ascended selves, future selves, multi-dimensional self, as the I Am avatar rays of ascending beings to anchor heaven on earth, new earth. As we now state the following. I call upon beloved Mother, Father, God, the overlighting of my beloved I Am Presence in my universe, to assist me to deepen into the light of God I am, the light of God I have forever been, to take on once more this Adam Kadmon body of light, this blueprint of the patterns of perfection, to allow the chakras to merge in one unified column of light through the photonic infusions of new earth, through the cloaking of the quantum energetic circuitry, holding these stellar frequencies within the physical form, light codes, in geometries, sound and colors, as I birth my innocence, my purity, and my divinity from within. I experience myself merging with all 144 soul rays of my beloved I Am Present, expanding my divinity, to activate the light codes of self-mastery, my I Am Avatar blueprint. In this essence of truly coming home, I experience a deepening sense of this rebirth, as every subatomic particle within my body spins in this increased light frequency, This beautiful golden sun, 54 feet in diameter around me, now expresses as this golden flower of life. As I experience a deepening sense of my physical immortality, rejuvenating, regenerating, and amplifying the light from within to collapse and dissolve and transcend all that no longer needs to be experienced, as I lift the veils of illusion and express my body of light, of crystalline consciousness in this process of transfiguration, rejuvenation and regeneration. I remember and become that which I have always been, my divinity, my innocence, my purity. The light of God I am. I am the light of God. I ground once more into the crystal heart of Mother Earth, feeling and sensing all the illumined beings of light and all beloved souls assisting in this ascension process. As the radiant light of God I am, the golden sun, the Christ within. And so it is, and so it is. Imrumo soa ia kia, in kaino koa. In my own time now, I gently come back fully present, grounded and centered, opening my eyes and looking around me. Through my master eyes, knowing how much I am celebrated and appreciated and deeply loved. All is well. All is well. Ibromosoa ia in kaino koa.